Surendran is spokesperson for the Global Tamil Forum. He joins us from London. Those who might take political mileage out of this differently in the context of Bullar as well as Afzal Guru, I don't know. I don't want to speak for them, but Manjit Singh GK, President of the Delhi Gurdwara Parbandhak Committee, and Devender Rana is Provincial President of the National Conference, the NC. Dr K P Ramalingam is a Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha of the DMK, which is competing with Jayalalithaa now, that she has set the pace there with populist politics. Dr Subramanian Swamy has been tweeting about this. I don't know which side of the political divide he's on this. I know his position. But my first question is to R Kesavan. Mr. Kesavan, it's laughable that Rajiv Shukla says there must be a political motive behind what Jayalalithaa has said. Why? There may be a political motive. But why don't you tell me what was the Congress party's political motive in delaying the decision on the execution all these years? For which reason, really, the Supreme Court has commuted it to life imprisonment. You won't talk about that. You won't talk about the position taken by Priyanka Gandhi as far as the issue is concerned earlier, of being compassionate, to the killers. Now let's please, Mr. Kesavan, please let's not be wishy-washy about this. So first address the issue of your own hypocrisy, and then we'll talk about Jayalalithaa. Please, Mr. Kesavan, floor is yours. Congress spokesperson R Kesavan.
First question. Please recollect the letter written in 1999 by Srimati Sonia Gandhi to K. R. Narayan. The Congress party stand has been very clear. After the Tada court had convicted 26 of them, she had appealed, and then she had said very clearly that Srimati Sonia Gandhi and her children are against giving the death penalty to the killers of Shri Rajiv Gandhi.
Which year was that?
Very clearly mentioned.
No, which year was that? Tell me.
1999.
Okay, tell me the
1999.
month. Tell me the month.
I don't know the month. It's 1999 to the President K. R. Narayan.
No, what's it? NDA was in power? NDA was in power?
Yeah, 1999.
Okay,
yeah.
So tell me, after that the government took... No, 1 minute. Let's go by day.
Let me complete. I need to complete.
No, but
Arnab, just let me complete.
Okay.
And let me complete, please. And she also said, she looked at the child of Nalini, who would have been about 8 years then, and said, my children have suffered losing a father, and I don't want the child to suffer. That was the basis on which the death penalty for Nalini was commuted. Now, let me get into the nitty-gritty. You were questioning me. In 2000, when it was upheld, and then basically 2000 was Supreme Court upheld.
You're talking about Nalini's child.
It was not sent by NDA.
1 minute, Mr. Kesavan, please. Issue versus issue, everybody's got emotions, everybody's lost. I read out to you the Supreme Court, what it said on the 11th of May 1999 when it upheld the death sentences to Nalini Murugan, Perarivelan as well as Santan. And it said, in the beginning of the judgment, we noted that one small girl, Kokila, wanted to recite a poem to Rajiv Gandhi. In one of the photographs, this small girl, Kokila, is shown standing next to her mother, Lata Kannan, next to Dhanu. Both died in the blast. What about these children who died, sir? No sympathy for them, Mr. Kesavan?
No. Let me come back here again fighting
no
a precedent for you.
No justice for them.
No.
Those who killed them.
The Tamil Nadu government has no sympathy for the 17 families. Tamil Nadu government has no sympathy for the 17 families who died along with Shri Rajiv Gandhi. And that is the fact here today. They have no sympathy. They have no basic justice has been denied to them today, which is the hard fact and reality. You need to let me speak, Arnab, please. Let me have my say first. First thing is very clear that, they have selectively utilized these powers of remission. It is a constitutional powers given to the, state government and state authority. And they have violated the spirit bed. Okay, Arnab, let me ask you a question. Since you've been asking me questions, I'll leave you with one question, then we'll take the debate. One question to you. Today, the Tamil Nadu government decided to release 7 people, and in such alacrity that 3 of them were only commuted yesterday. Let me ask you a simple question. Leave the case of Nalini out. There was Robert Pius, Ravichandra and Jaykumar, who have been given life sentence from 2000. Why didn't the Jayalalithaa, government, the Tamil Nadu government in 2011 do this? They could have done it. They come under the powers of remission. Why did they choose to time it to this? Simple question to you. Leave alone other people. Robert Payas, Ravichandran and Jaykumar have been given life sentences from 2000 by the Supreme Court. You could have used your powers of remission and released them before. That's why we're calling it political opportunism, because you've decided to do it today.
So you have a problem with Jayalalitha's political...
Why didn't you do that?
No, so that's... Anyway, I'll let Subramanian Swamy enter the debate. The problem is that you have a problem if Jayalalithaa does, political opportunism. You will not talk about your political love. You are asking me a question. I'll ask you a counter question. You don't know. Do you know what the Attorney General, who represents your government, had to say in the Supreme Court about the delay in processing the mercy petitions of Rajiv Gandhi killers? Do you know? He said that a note about the mercy petitions was misplaced in the drawers of the Home Ministry and therefore could not be processed. Misplaced in the drawers of the Home Ministry. What kind of rubbish is this? Mr. Kesavan, you have no answer to that. So before you ask me questions, consider what your Attorney General said. Subramanian Swamy now. We'll open up the debate now. Subramanian Swamy, your response to that and many of the other issues which have been raised here about Jayalalitha's political opportunism by the Congress spokesperson. And gentlemen, we are opening it up after that. Yes.
Well, first of all, the cabinet resolution of the Jayalalithaa government is totally illegal. Plain reading of both the CRPC as well as the Constitution, Article 161 and 162, makes it clear that without the consultation and acceding of the central government, this can't be done, because its prosecution was done under certain central laws. It was also done by the CBI.
Which sections
so
of
therefore,
the CRPC?
it has no legal. 435 would tell you that where the central government is involved, that it has to be with the concurrence of the central government. And 432, 433, 433A, these are the ones on the remission.
Right.
Okay. And when you read Article 161 and 162, there again it makes very clear that the power is restricted to where the state legislature can enact a statute.
So why is the DMK,
this is a totally illegal,
DMK also asking for the same thing then? Because, let me get it. One second. On that, I therefore ask the
DMK, listen. Now, I'm not finished yet.
Okay, complete your point. I just was curious to know why the DMK also wants to do something illegal in that case.
Well, that's number one. Number two, one of the key ministers of the present government, Mr. Chidambaram, has just declared in Madras that he would not be unhappy if these people were let off. So I don't know what the correct Congress position is. The third thing is, I would believe the bona fides of Congress if they went in review, because this is a three-judge bench judgment, and therefore they have every right to go in a revision or in a curative petition and ask, in fact, for a constitutional bench on this, because it's a very important judgment that needs to be fixed. Because, all right, in the case of some passionate murder like that Dhananjay Chatterjee, who unfortunately didn't get remission, one can consider these matters. But where the act is against the country, where cold-blooded murderers who are terrorists, in fact, two of them are foreigners. They are not even entitled to fundamental rights. These people getting freedom for killing a person who has been the Prime Minister of India, and they gloatingly said they wanted to teach him a lesson for sending IPKF to Sri Lanka. I think this is something which requires a constitutional bench, and the government should demonstrate its bona fides by going back to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, my question to the DMK is, first of all, two things to the DMK. One, why do you want to do something illegal? One minute. Second is, sir, with respect, how many U-turns will your party do? Your party is a master of U-turns, and I'm not talking about the 2G case. 1 minute, sir, listen to the question. You see, in 2000, the Tamil Nadu government, headed by Karunanidhi, advised the governor to commute Nalini's death sentence and reject the mercy petitions of others. It was on the basis of the Karunanidhi government's decision in 2000, 1 minute, that the death sentence of Santan, Murugan and Peradivalan was confirmed. On April 28, 2000, the state government sent the mercy petitions of the three to the central government to be forwarded to the President of India. From rejecting the mercy petition in 2000, that's the point, to today, taking a U-turn and asking for the release of the assassins of Rajiv Gandhi. My God, Ms. Dr. Ramalingam, I think that's 100% hypocrisy. You should actually apologize for the hypocrisy tonight.
No, international level, all death sentences has been abolished for more than 147 countries.
1 minute. What kind of an answer is that? You ask for the mercy petitions to be rejected in 2000, and today you want the killers to be set free.
No, situation arised in that period.
So explain.
That the mercy petition rejection and are recommending it is all the situation arising that time. Now what is this? Everywhere in the world, death sentence has to be abolished. More than 147 countries are abolished.
That is not, sir. That was in 2000 also.
In our conference
that was the situation in 2000 also. In 2000 also, in many countries, death sentence was abolished, but it was not abolished in India. In 2000, you want their mercy petitions to be rejected. And Karunanidhi now says, I am filled with joy. He now says, I am filled with joy because the Supreme Court has given Santan, Peranivalan and Murugan the right to live by setting aside their death sentences. In other words, he is saying, I am filled with joy because they have rejected what I asked for 13 years back. I mean, come on, keep some consistency.
The past is past, sir. Now what is going on?
What is going on? Politics is going on.
Now.
Politics is going on.
You have to ask the Supreme Court, not to us. The Supreme Court has given a verdiction now.
No, politics is going on.
That says those death sentence need not be executed because the delay.
No, politics is going on.
Ranjit also delayed. Ranjit Malani got the petition for 6 years in his hand when he was a minister. They are like that, not only the President of India.
Sir,
so the delay is because of those people.
Sir,
so the delay goes to the people.
Sir, I have no sympathy. Who has sympathy?
Direction. The death sentence cannot be
each one of these people.
Now the Jayalalithaa taking
one of these people.
Opportunity for a political purpose.
Suren Surendian, 1 minute, who's spokesperson for the Global Tamil Forum. Each one of these people is a trained killer, a hardcore terrorist, member of the conspiracy, active participant in the conspiracy, leading to the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, understood the nature of the crime and participation, killed small children, innocent people, in cold blood. Tonight you should actually be very worried, Mr. Surendian. Instead of looking at it from a narrow perspective, you should look at the long-term repercussions of the politics that is leading to this kind of a situation where people like Nalini, will be walking the streets of Chennai. You should be really concerned about it. Can you divorce your activism from the ethics of the situation?
I'm going to try. So, as a Global Tamil Forum representing the Tamils in Sri Lanka, we don't want to get involved in the politics of India. We have we have full confidence in the justice system, in the Indian justice system, and we understand that it is a fully independent body and a institution, unlike in Sri Lanka.
No, this is not about the justice system. Politics, this is about assassins walking free in the streets of Chennai.
There was
these assassins tomorrow may even try to get into politics.
Let me finish.
They may try to project themselves as martyrs, heroes, icons. Build political movements. Divide our country.
Just give me one tick. Let me just give.
No, in which country?
I'll come back to your question.
One minute, Mr. Surendran. 1 minute. One minute, Mr. Surendran. Mr. Surendran, I have just one question.
Let me finish what I was going to say.
But you take my one question.
Just let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish what I was going to say. One tick. Back in 2011, when there was going to be the death sentence on these three gentlemen were going to be carried out, we as Global Tamil Forum issued a statement asking for clemency from the then President of India to grant them the clemency and give them life sentences rather than death sentence. On that respect, we are.
I am not talking about the judicial process. I am not talking.
Revoked.
I am not talking of the judicial process. Mr. Surendran, excuse me, I will have to interrupt. I am not talking of the judicial process. I am talking of the extrajudicial process. I am talking of the political process, the narrow political process, which is going to let the assassin of our country's Prime Minister walk on the streets of this city. And tomorrow, you tell me, Mr. Surendran, name one country tonight. I am asking, you're sitting in London, right? You're a human rights activist and a Tamil activist. Tell me one country in this planet where the convicted assassin of a Prime Minister, head of government, walks around on the streets of that country unchecked, where that person can tomorrow join politics if they want, launch another incendiary secessionist movement if they want. You name one country where they do that.
I can name
where they walk on the streets.
I can name hundreds of countries which do not have.
You are not.
Sentence.
Don't tell me about the death penalty. This is not about the death penalty,
then I cannot answer you. So I can name hundreds of. With all due respect, there are hundreds of countries where death penalty is not a done thing.
Am I asking you that question?
I'm not arguing
Subramanian
about
Swamy,
the
is
politics,
he dodging the question?
And I'm not qualified
Subramanian
to talk
Swamy, is
politics
Mr. Surendran answering the
Indian,
question?
I'm not an Indian politician.
No, 1 second. Is Mr. Surendran answering the question? Is there any country where an assassin walks around on the streets of any city unchecked? The assassin of a head of government? Tell me one country. There is not one. You know there isn't one. You know you don't have an answer. Subramanian Swamy?
If I was you're not letting me speak. If I was an Indian, I'll be very grateful and very proud of myself that the Indians have the capacity to forgive people, even when their Prime Minister, an ex-Prime Minister, has been killed 23 years ago.
Let me tell you one thing.
So for me,
Mr. Surendran, enough. Mr. Surendran, you are not an Indian. And I suspect, with the greatest of respect to you, it is because you are not an Indian that you do not understand the depth of our emotion. When we say the assassin of an Indian Prime Minister cannot walk around the streets of Chennai and New Delhi, we set the wrong precedent if we allow that to happen.
I do.
Subramanian Swamy, is he answering the question? 1 second, then I'm coming to the other issues.
Do not get me wrong.
Mr. Surendran. Subramanian Swamy to Mr. Surendran.
No, can I just finish?
Subramanian Swamy is responding to you, please, both sides.
See, the issue of morality which is being raised about this question of capital punishment, let me draw attention to the fact that we Hindus in this country go by Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita, this question of morality and doubt came in the mind of Arjuna when Bhishmacharya and Karna came before him under very difficult circumstances. And Krishna told him that your hesitation is wrong. What they did was morally incorrect. In fact, it was not murder that they had committed. They, in fact, had dishonored Draupadi. And he said they should be killed. So I don't think in our country we have ever had this kind of pacifist attachment to opposition to death penalty. There is a death penalty. The Supreme Court of 3 judges considered the matter. And Justice Qadri wrote a beautiful judgment in which he mentioned that these 4 people, including Nalini, were happy that they killed Rajiv Gandhi because they wanted to teach him a lesson for sending IPKF to Sri Lanka. Now, just because they have now started petitioning and seeking mercy, we cannot forget the fact that this is Mr. Rajiv Gandhi who was implementing the parliamentary policy. Well, let me complete. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was only executing the country's parliamentary resolution.
These 7 people, but he refuses. He says in Sri Lanka, the Rajapaksa regime, which has killed over 100,000 people, should be pardoned. There shouldn't be an international investigation, he claims. But he talks about these 7 people as if Bhagavad Gita says that these people should be finished off, killed off. It's
yes,
quite
Mr. Rajapaksa was following Bhagavad Gita. Mr. Rajapaksa was following Bhagavad Gita.
And hundreds
when
of
Mr. Rajapaksa was following Mr.
civilians,
now don't do propaganda here,
thousands
Mr.
of civilians were killed by the Sri Lankan military and Rajapaksa, and he wants to give them amnesty. He doesn't want an international investigation into those hundreds of thousands of Tamils who were killed. That's
what is he
pure
talking
double
about?
standards.
I am talking about the assassin of our Prime Minister walking on the streets of Chennai and walking on the streets of Delhi. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Let's limit it to that. No, don't give me that.
And let me say that Rajapaksa was following Bhagavad Gita.
Precisely.
One second.
Mr. Kesavan wants to come in. By the way, I haven't gone to the national conference yet. I know the national conference will politicize this issue. I know the Akali Dal will politicize the issue. I haven't gone to them yet. Mr. Devender Rana knows that despite the hypocrisy of Farooq Abdullah, his party will politicize the issue. I have many questions for him. Before I come to him, I want to get Mr. Kesavan a turn. I think he wanted to say something there. Then I'm coming to the NC and the Akali Dal. Yes, Mr. Kesavan, quickly.
I think one thing here, Arnab, in the beginning when you spoke about Rahul Gandhi and Srimati Sonia Gandhi, see, I'll draw a parallel for you. When Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated, his family went and asked for clemency for Godse. And Sardar Patel, Pandit Nehru and the court soundly rejected it. So what happened with Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Sri Rahul Gandhi? They've been consistent, they're against death penalty. That was a personal choice because they'd lost a father.
But why did you delay the decision?
What is not? No.
Arnab, why did you delay the decision?
Please,
why
Arnab.
did your government not take a decision?
No, Arnab, let me come back here. Let me quote Mr. Chidambaram today. Mr. Chidambaram, let me please complete. Mr. Chidambaram gave an interview where he said, after the judgments were upheld in 2000 by the Supreme Court, from 2000 to 2004, it was the NDA government. And in 2005, Mr. Shivraj Patel sent it to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. From 2005 to 2011, it was with the Rashtrapati Bhavan and not with the government. And then when the new Home Minister came, the Rashtrapati Bhavan sent it back in 2011 for review. That has been on record today. Yeah. Once having said that, what I want to reiterate here is we are losing the plot. The Supreme Court talked about commutation. The Tamil Nadu government is talking about remission. And there is no way remission can be given because I asked you a question. The other three people...
Your party is an expert in delaying decisions.
People I mentioned.
What are you talking about? Your party is an expert in delaying decisions. You took an 11-year decision. 11 years. 1 minute. Don't. Please, Mr. Kesavan.
How many reminders did they send the president?
None. And 11 years between conviction and execution of Afzal Guru. You forgot that? And Mr. Devender Rana now will take political advantage of it because Mr. Devender Rana will disregard the fact that the national conference was initially, I think, in favor of hanging Afzal Guru. And then wanted to make it political ammunition later. Tonight he will jump at this and he'll try to do politics over it, Mr. Rana. But the fact is that on February 25th, 2012, Farooq Abdullah was in favor of hanging Afzal Guru. Later, you tried to change your position. That's a fact. Now, can you still want to try to do politics over it?
Mr. Goswami, I think politics has always taken precedence over certain such issues. There's no politics about it. The nation needs to make certain answers, give certain answers to the family of Afzal Guru. Why different yardsticks for different people of the nation? Why were they denied natural justice? Why had they to go through the travesty of justice? Was it not majoritarian arrogance which was shown to the people of Kashmir by hanging him without giving him an opportunity? I think this is a sad day.
Sad thing that you say.
All this is a very sad day, sir.
Thing that you say.
We need to answer.
Sad thing.
We need to answer.
Sad thing. Sad.
It's a very sad thing.
It's very sad.
It is a travesty of justice.
You know what is sad?
It shakes the confidence. Mr. Goswami.
Yeah, it breaks my confidence.
It shakes the confidence of the people of Jammu and Kashmir in the tenets of democracy of the nation.
No, it is very sad.
And it is a reflection of a majoritarian arrogance. Where you say,
Mr. Rana, watch your words.
You do whatever you want to do.
Don't politicize it. Don't politicize it. Don't communalize it. Don't communalize it.
I'm seeking answers. I am seeking answers. Why doesn't the nation answer? What answer do you have to the mother of Afzal Guru?
And I am asking
what
you...
What answer do you have to the child of Afzal Guru?
And
what answer do you have
and
to
I am asking you, Mr. Devender Rana...
Who were not even...
Mr. Devender Rana... Mr. Devender Rana...
of meeting him for the last time.
Mr. Devender Rana...
They were not even given an
you know
opportunity
something,
to be
this
a
is
part of
the
his
problem.
burial.
This is the problem.
And then you did not allow his body to come back to the state of Jammu and Kashmir so that he could have got a dignified
You know, Mr.
burial.
Rana, you didn't answer my first question. 1 second. I'll come back on the break. But I tonight put a counter charge at you. My counter charge, and you'll answer after the break. I have 2 counter charges at you.
Your charge is of no consequence at this moment.
But you'll have to hear it anyway. Hear it.
I beg to differ with you.
Today
we have to discuss and debate why different yardsticks for different people belonging to different areas of the country.
Mr. Rana,
one nation.
Mr. Rana, a reporter goes to Farooq Abdullah.
Justice should be
a reporter goes to Farooq Abdullah. What is the date today? It's the 19th of February, right? On the 25th of February 2012, right? Which is 6 days short of 2 years back. A reporter goes to Farooq Abdullah and says, Farooq Abdullah, what do you think should be done with Afzal Guru? 1 minute, don't hear me. I'll tell you, I'll expose today. I'll expose slowly without one. Now, Mr. Rana, when I use the word expose, you stop me.
The statement is not before me. Mr. Goswami,
Mr. Rana, Mr. Rana, the thing is...
The context is not there and we do not know what the
context
statement
is
was
this.
all about. I cannot go by what you say. Today, I am asking you as a person from Jammu and Kashmir that why the nation needs to give an answer to the child,
the nation,
to the mother,
the nation,
and to the son,
to the nation,
to the wife, and to the entire
now, Mr. Rana,
Jammu and Kashmir.
Mr. Rana, I just dealt with a Jammu and Kashmir politician
the last meeting
who didn't let me speak in the first part of the debate. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you. I'm taking a break and I'm asking tonight. This is the problem. This is the problem. No, this is the problem, Mr. Rana.
Mr. Goswami, it is sad.
This is the problem.
Mr. Goswami, the problem is you need to give me time to say.
I will if you let me take a break. If you let me take a break, I'll give you time. But the problem is, Mr. Rana. Now, Mr. Rana.
Break for you to mull and answer.
Mr. Rana, I give you the break. I let you think. I'm giving you 3 minutes. Just allow me, please. I'm giving you 3 minutes. 1 minute, Mr. Rana. Mr. Rana, I give you 3 minutes tonight to think over 2 issues. Issue number 1, and don't interrupt because you won't listen to the question, you won't be able to think. The first question is, your party president, Farooq Abdullah, said on February 25th, anyone who attacks India should pay the price for it in the context of Afzal Guru. That's the context. Why did he do a U-turn? Because of politics. Question number 2, don't tell me majoritarianism. The Supreme Court of this country, to which you are also answerable, said that Afzal Guru is a terrorist who was bent upon repeating the acts of treason against the nation. He's a menace to society and his life should become extinct. That was not the voice of some majoritarian leader. It was the voice of the Supreme Court of India. You ask yourself, I am coming back, you'll answer. You ask yourself whether you are answerable to the Supreme Court of India or not.
Ask you a question.
You can ask me the question after a break. After a break, Mr. Rana. Now, I found the observations of Devender Rana, Provincial President of the National Conference, highly provocative, self-serving and contradictory. And I asked him before I went into the break.
I found your montage without Afzal Guru very annoying and provocative though.
Fine.
Also because I felt I have been denied even the right of having Afzal Guru on your program, and this is the majoritarian aggression and the majoritarian arrogance that is reflected.
Fine. So I'll tell you one thing. You can say what you want, Mr. Devender Rana, but the fact is what you can do as a politician of the National Conference is you can go and make a deity of Afzal Guru. For me, he's a vicious terrorist who deserves to be hanged. Right? So you can go and make a deity of him, politicize him, milk the issue, try and hope to get a few votes because you're on the verge of losing the election in Jammu and Kashmir. But I would keep my country first rather than play politics over it.
Nobody is defending the act. Nobody is defending the act. We are questioning the process by which the justice was dispensed, how justice was denied. On the 3rd of February, Mr. Goswami, the file comes back from the President of India and his mercy petition is rejected. rejected.
Yes.
On the
Good.
9th of February 2013, he's hanged.
Yes.
Between 3rd and 9th, his family is not informed. And then it said, in this age and time, that a speed post has been sent to him through the postal department,
yes,
which reaches him after his hanging and his burial. What is your answer to that?
Fact of the fact of the
forget about everything.
The fact of the matter is
his family did not deserve
the fact of the matter is the fact of the matter is now you see
today,
now you want to you have no answer to the first question. What was the yardstick? What was the yardstick when Farooq Abdullah said that a person who attacks the nation? What was the yardstick? What was the yardstick when Farooq Abdullah said, Devender Rana, if you continue to speak over the question, what will be obvious to the people is that you are avoiding the question because you have no answer.
Don't you think there's a question
yes,
on our natural justice?
Yeah, I feel we had a decisive president.
I am a human being, so are you.
I feel
we have emotions, as you said. As
now, Devender Rana,
those emotions are also in that son who has lost his father. The emotions of the wife who has lost the husband. The emotions of the mother.
You finish
they were not criminals. They are citizens of this country and deserve the same treatment and natural justice which somebody from Punjab has got it or Tamil Nadu has got it. Why have a different approach to when it comes to the people of Kashmir? Why do you again and again want to tell them
you finished your speech?
Look, you are different, we treat you differently, and is this not majoritarian
won't help you politically, sir.
And
I know you are hoping that you'll get a few extra votes by making this session.
Of democracy,
it won't help you politically, sir.
The question is, the nation must apologize to the family.
Fine.
We as a democracy.
Devender Rana, we had a decisive president who finally decided. Now, you see, Mr. Rana, 1 second, please. You finish your speech, you won't get any more votes because you haven't answered the first question. Farooq Abdullah says on the 25th of February that a man who attacks the nation deserves. A man who attacks the nation must pay the price for it. And I agree with him.
I am not.
Now, my next question is to Manjit Singh. You see, your transparent attempt at doing politics over it will not work, Mr. Rana, will not work. My next question is Manjit Singh GK.
But what was done in the process of the justice is equally worse,
Mr.
and
Rana,
if not less worse.
Mr. Rana, now, can you please, can I go to the Akali Dal person with your permission?
Goswami, please have a heart. Mr. Goswami, please have a heart.
Did Farooq Abdullah didn't have a heart when he said people who attack India should be punished? Where was Farooq Abdullah's heart? Where was Farooq Abdullah's heart? Where was Farooq Abdullah's heart when he said that those who attack India must be punished? Why did Farooq Abdullah say that? Why did Farooq Abdullah say that? You don't have an answer, you see, to that.
We are not defending this. His heart is right in place.
You are also transparent.
We are defending, we are saying that the justice...
Anyway. Okay, now I'm going to Manjit Singh. Manjit Singh GK. Manjit Singh GK.
And one question, Mr. Goswami, before you go to Manjit Singh.
1 minute, please. 1 minute. Devender Rana, you must give time. Let the others also speak.
You had Virappan, you had Bullar, you had everybody, but not Abdul Guru. Why?
Yeah, so Mr. 1 second, please.
So
now wait. Now wait, Mr. Rana. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now I'll tell you. I'll tell you why if you listen. I'll tell you why if you listen. But if you continue to talk, then I'll think that you are trying to recreate the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly where you've created the biggest spectacle today. Please, Mr. Rana, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. 1 minute, Mr. Rana. Now you must. Now, Mr. Rana, unless you have been instructed by somebody.
They can't face.
Unless somebody who has instructed you to continue speaking over me. Has told you to do that.
Nobody instructs me
nobody
to talk
has done.
against
Okay, I was just checking.
You're always welcome. It is a pleasure. Let us talk. Let us debate.
Okay. So the question is, I'll tell you.
Please give an answer. You stand for the nation. You stand for the democracy. You stand for the justice. You claim to be.
Now you see, Mr. Rana. Now please
I
don't
ask
do this.
you, where is justice for that boy? Where is justice for that wife? Where is justice for that mother?
I am sure.
Please stand up.
Mr. Rana,
those three citizens,
I'll tell you,
please
sir.
stand
I'll
up
tell you
for
something.
the emotion and sentiments of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay.
Don't throw us under
Mr.
the
Rana, now
carpet.
I'll tell you one thing. I am sure whoever has called you to instruct you to do this will be very happy with you. Now can I move on?
For Jammu and Kashmir,
I think somebody in the break called you.
Now, some of my friends on the right wing will call me an anti-national.
Now, Mr. Rana, I'm going to Manjit Singh.
For a person's rights.
Manjit Singh, my question is to Manjit Singh and not to Devender Rana. I'm sure, Mr. Rana, whoever called you will be very happy and compliment you after the program for trying to not let me speak. Unfortunately, that is not the intent of the news hour. The question is this. And by the way, Mr. Rana, if you only listen, this is the Supreme Court which said this case has no parallel in the history. Listen to me, you are also an Indian. Listen to me, Mr. Rana. If you don't listen to me, it will be inappropriate. The Supreme Court said this case of Afzal Guru has no parallel in the history of the Indian Republic. It presents in crystal clear terms a spectacle of the rarest of rare cases, and many people are happy that Afzal Guru was hanged. Now my question to Manjit Singh is this. Manjit Singh, you also want to play politics like this? You want to play politics like this? Mr. Manjit Singh, Mr. Manjit Singh, Mr. Manjit Singh, Mr. Rana, 1 minute, Mr. Rana, 1 minute, 1 minute, Mr. Manjit Singh, Mr. Manjit Singh, tell me now, Mr. Rana, now, Mr. Manjit Singh, do you think the Shiromani Akali Dal should stop playing politics over the death sentences handed over? Yeah, no, let me ask you the question. Do you think the Shiromani Akali Dal should not try and use this case to play more politics over the death sentences handed over to Balwant Singh Rajwana in the Beyan Singh assassination case and Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar for plotting attacks on policemen and Maninder Jeet Singh Bitta of the Youth Congress in 1993? You know, you must stop playing politics over it. You agree? You'll be doing something very dangerous.
The thing is, Arnab, in the case of Bhullar, we all know that the judgment was fractured, number one. Secondly, I think in no place on the earth, if a person is disturbed mentally, he can be given capital punishment.
In the case of...
Now, this judgment which we are debating today...
In the case of Bhullar, you were in the case of Bhullar, do you agree? Do you agree, Mr. Manjit Singh, in the case of Bhullar, that the Shiromani Akali Dal was trying to blackmail with respect the government of India by saying there will be a threat perception, a law and order problem if he is executed? It is blackmail, isn't it?
The thing is...
Is it blackmail?
The thing is...
Is it blackmail?
Arnab, no.
Of course.
Arnab, if a person, the judgment is delayed, the law process is delayed for 15 years, 20 years, how can you punish a person twice for one what he has committed? In the case of Bhullar, it was a fractured judgment. Arnab, I have a question. Arnab, I have a...
Wait, 1 second.
Arnab, my
you all are doing drama over this, Mr. Manjit Singh. Mr. Manjit Singh, you are all doing drama over it.
Mrs. Indira Gandhi was assassinated. Mrs. Indira Gandhi was assassinated. And Satwant Singh, Kher Singh were hanged. 12,000 people across the country were butchered. And who will answer to them?
It's a ridiculous argument. It has nothing to do with it. Subramanian Swamy. No, let's get everyone in. Subramanian Swamy, you have an answer to that. By the way, I'd like to tell you. I'd like to tell you, and Subramanian Swamy, you can respond to all. So can Mr. Kesavan, and so can Dr. Ramalingam. Look at the dangers of this. If every assassination in this country is covered in the cloak of sub-regional politics, then we will be encouraging assassinations. You cannot use sub-regional politics to encourage the assassinations of political leaders. What you are all doing is very dangerous, justifying acts of terrorism. That's what you're all doing. Mr. Kesavan wants to respond. Yes, Mr. Kesavan, and then Subramanian Swamy. Look at the bigger picture. Give up your political ambitions. Mr. Kesavan.
No, please. Let me say this with all the earnesty I can summon here today. This is a very, very emotive issue for the Congress party. And the person who was assassinated by a ghastly terrorist bomb was not just the president of the Congress party, he was a former prime minister. It was a direct assault on India's unity, sovereignty, and our integrity and our honor. And that is what we have to keep in mind, and which is precisely why I tell you, Arnab, so many millions watch your show. But you know what? People don't understand the legal nuances. Today, with the Tamil Nadu government's decision, all that people will, probably be left with is that, Supreme Court commuted the sentence, and these people who killed Rajiv Ji have been let go scot-free. So they'll think that killing a prime minister is, you can as well, they can distribute sweets, and you can have, you can celebrate
politics and delaying the decisions is okay.
We abide by the court's decision to commute. But the issue is with the remission. Let's come back and focus on the point of this.
Using your political clout, using your
but this remission by the Tamil Nadu government is the politics.
Using your political clout to delay a conviction of the highest court of this country is all right. That's all right.
I've answered that, sir. I've answered that very clearly. My question is why are they not answering this? Arnab ji, please raise this question. 3 people were on life sentence from 2000. Why did the Tamil Nadu government not release them, and why did they wait for this verdict yesterday? Why didn't they release?
You are asking me, I passed that to the DMK because the DMK
not
is
you,
with
sir.
the
Somebody has to answer
today.
this.
I am asking the DMK today, why are you doing something illegal and unconstitutional just because you want to compete with Jayalalithaa? Why is the National Conference now going to compete on Afzal Guru in Jammu and Kashmir? The Shiromani Akali Dal, God knows, will compete with whom in trying to ensure that Bhullar and Rajwana are spared. Is this what we will have? We have a country today where we are working very hard. The politicians who create tamasha in parliament, do nothing for the people of this country, are working extremely hard to save assassins and terrorists. That's the greatest irony in this country. People are watching you tonight, Mr. Rana. Remember this. Don't think that people support terrorists being back.
The people are watching all of us. The people are watching.
Yes, you are all in the same boat on this.
The nation is watching you. The nation is watching us.
Yes, the nation is watching you.
That politics should not take precedence over.
You are doing politics.
Natural justice.
Mr. Ramalingam, why don't you change your position now?
I am only highlighting issues which show discrepancies in our giving natural justice to all our citizens of this nation equitably. I am not defending the act. I am only saying that the way the punishment was given and the way it was adopted, the justice was not done. Opportunities were not given.
Yes.
At the trial level, he was not provided legal support.
You worked so hard to support a terrorist.
His petition was rejected.
Let me tell you, Mr. Rana, this is the lowest point that politics can fall to.
I am raising a very big issue that why justice should be denied to anybody in this great democracy.
Mr. Rana, 1 minute now. I'll have to close. I'm running short of time.
We are proud of this nation.
This is the lowest point.
Democracy.
This is I'm running short of time.
To ensure that each one who belongs from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, please don't alienate the people of Kashmir.
Mr. Rana, 1 minute. This is the lowest point. Mr. Ramalingam, Mr. Ramalingam, this is the lowest point in our country that we have had 2 discussions on the Newshour tonight. The first discussion, and I'm putting the pictures up of what happened in Parliament. 1 minute. I put the pictures of what happened in Parliament on top because I'm running short of time. I want people watching the program to think, what is happening in politics in our country today? Tamashas in assembly, strip teasers inside the assembly, assault of officials inside parliament, no action against them. And then the politicians of this country, Mr. Ramalingam, I'm coming to you, will line up and do their hardest to support terrorists and assassins. Is this Indian politics, the future of Indian politics? I think the people of this country will give an answer. Mr. Ramalingam, yes, 1 minute. 1 minute left.
Sir, I am not accepting this type of activities in the parliament or the assembly, sir. We are having enough place to represent our things. If anything we doesn't want, means we can go out, walk out and all. But they are doing all those things.
Don't back terrorists. Don't back terrorists. You'll be doing something very dangerous. Don't back terrorists.
No,
I honestly, with as much sincerity as I said in the beginning, don't encourage strip teasers in assemblies. Don't encourage physical attacks in parliament. Don't support terrorists. Don't support terrorists. You are answerable to this country. Do not back terrorists. You will be doing terrorists and assassins. Do not. Keep your politics out of that. I appeal to you. Keep it out of that. The people of this country are watching. I thank you all for participating on that debate on a day of great concern on the dangerous twists and turns in our politics. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again 9 p.m. tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.